Picky, it is an adjective used to describe someone very selective in choosing only one thing or someone hard to please. A good example would be my cousin's sister. Well, we invite our aunts and uncles over. My cousin has a problem from the food we eat to the movies we decide to watch. But do we appreciate people like her? No, we don't always appreciate picky people. We blame their parents for passing down the genes of being picky, and some people even believe that being picky is a disorder based on a handbook by the American Psychiatric Association. But the truth is, we are all picky. When we are attached to something we call perfect, we're not ready to try something new. For example, I like dresses with the right kind of length, not too long and not too short. When I don't get the right dress, I get bothered. So in other words, I'm picky about the clothes I wear. Take another example of picky eating. Almost all kids from the age 4 to 7 are picky eaters. Same way, you may be picky about the food you eat or the products you buy. But being picky is not a bad habit, although all the parents out there might not say so. It is about having choices. It helps form our identity, know who we are, and understand ourselves better. Now, because of my pickiness, I know that I have a dislike for eggplant. It also helps with self-comfort. Because of your pickiness, you know that you're comfortable. Now, since I dislike eggplant, I know that I'm not comfortable eating it. A person who hates Brussels sprouts, which is the most hated vegetable in America, would also avoid it at all costs. And being picky has many advantages. First, when you're picky, your intuition is your superpower. You follow your guts and tend not to cross your comfort zone. Taking the same example I gave before, an American would never try Brussels sprouts if they hated it. Same way, I wouldn't try Brussels sprouts if I hated it. Only I never tried it before. Second, when you're picky, your values and preferences matter. Do not let anyone control what you do or what you want to do. Take an example of a close friend of mine who recently turned vegan because she believed that she was harming animals. At parties and functions, people may call her picky, but it's her preference. When I was younger, I used to hate chicken and I would spit it out. Everyone around me would label me because of this. Turns out I was actually allergic to it. So, in a way, being picky helps a lot. These advantages are not used by you, but you must. So, why do we label people as picky when we ourselves are picky? According to research, we often label people to remember their behaviors and actions. So when some of us tend to show more pickiness in our acts, the people around them label them because of these actions. But we shouldn't do that, because the label might affect the person or their life. Being picky is not a flaw, but people see it as one. Sometimes a change in perspective can make an enormous difference. But labeling doesn't only apply to picky people. It applies to everyone. Labels can form expectations that are set out for other people, thus creating a stereotype. And this stereotype can result in unrealistic expectations or expecting less from someone despite what they're capable of. For example, someone might expect the offspring of a doctor to also become a doctor when they grow up, even if they don't. Or someone might also expect the child of a teacher to be smart in the same subject that the teacher teaches, even if they aren't. But we shouldn't do that because it's not right. So, before you label someone, I want you all to ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What have people labeled me before? And what do I label myself? 2. How will the person feel when I label him or her? And 3. Why should I label someone when I myself am the same? Because we are all recognized under one term, humans. And according to a famous quote by Martina Navratilova, labels are for filing, labels are for clothing, but labels are not for humans. I believe that I cannot be labeled as picky. What about you? Thank you.